All right, so it looks like I had a couple more people join me. So welcome to Strong and Steady. I'm Molly. Make sure you have your weights, chair, resistance band, and a wall available. So let's all just start out by going over to our wall. So what we're going to be using the wall for is it's going to be our feedback, our plumb line for tall, straight posture with an engaged core. So you're going to want to have your feet, depending on how strong and steady you feel, you're going to want to have your feet about 8 to 12 inches away from the wall. The further your feet are away from the wall, the more your knees have to bend and the deeper you'll come down. All right, but you never want your knees to cross out past basically the mid-foot. So you're going to get yourself right up against your wall. Feet are going to be about hip width distance, knees hip width distance, and then you're going to press your low back into the wall. So this is pressing into the wall here with my low back. And when I do that, I'm engaging these abdominal muscles. And then I want to just take my shoulders, kind of reach them back for the wall, but yet I got to keep that low back down. So there's kind of this little tug of war that goes on between upper body and lower body. And we're trying to correct that by keeping the low back down, engaging these abdominal muscles, and at the same time, engaging the posture muscles up in your upper back, get those shoulders back. You probably won't get your shoulders actually on the wall. I don't. But you're just reaching those shoulders back for the wall while you're maintaining that low back on the wall. Now, some of you might already be feeling a little bit of kind of work going on right here in your abdominals. That's what you want to feel. You want to feel those abdominal muscles going, oh, this is what it feels like. Okay. And then you want to recognize that feeling, that sensation. And when we're doing any kind of exercise, you're going to want to be able to come back and revisit the sensation in your abdominal muscles. So now that we're here, we're going to take it to the next level of posture. So take your hands, bend your elbows 90 degrees, and then take your elbows, press them into the wall, and you're going to have your palms about hip width distance, basically right on the outside edge of your rib cage, and about level with your elbow. And then you're going to press that low back into the wall again. All right, now this is the part where you start to put a little pressure on your elbows. And you're reaching those shoulders back for the wall, keeping that low back on the wall, pressing the elbows about 40 to 50% of your strength. And we're just gonna hold this for 10 seconds. So let's go for 10, keep that low back down, 9, 8, press into that wall, 7, low back down, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now relax your arms, shake them out, and then you can put your hands on the wall, push yourself off. All right, so I want you to all try to mentally remember what that felt like to get those abdominal muscles to engage. And what we were doing is we were taking our back into neutral spine here, and that's what was holding us upright. And then the muscles between your shoulder blades are the ones that were keeping your shoulders back. And the elbows being pressed up against the wall were engaging those other muscles between the shoulder blades. So if you've ever wondered, that's what that was all about. So let's go to our nice tall standing with feet hip width distance, knees hip width distance, toes straight ahead. And then this time we'll just stand up tall, and I want you to bring your arms up to the side like this, palms facing forward, reach the crown of the head to the sky, get that abdominal activation right there, get that same sensation, and now breathe in nice and deep as you raise your arms up. Get to the top, go as tall as you can. Now exhale that breath, bring those arms all the way down. Well, let's do that one more time. Nice, big, deep breath, reach for the sky. Fingertips reaching up, we're inhaling. Now exhale, arms down. All right, let's do some empty shirt sleeves. So just shake those arms out. They're gonna be empty, so we're just gonna swing them. Kind of start out small, little movements. And then as they get a little bit more active, you're basically not trying to make them move, you're letting momentum work. And then the joint in the shoulder is getting a little bit of kind of contraction and some space basically from front to back. And then you can kind of gradually start to move this down into the lower body by pivoting on one foot. And then we're just gonna rotate it a little bit bigger each time. Make sure you're comfortable with all this before you add the next step. But we're gonna do about 4 more, so see how far you can get those arms to just kind of flop around you. 3, 2, okay, 1 more. All right, now let's just take those feet side to side. And we're just shifting the weight from one foot to the other. And if you would like to, you can join me and lift the foot up. And we're just taking it from side to side. Now, if that starts to feel a little bit like maybe you're unstable or your hips are working really hard and you want to take a little break, it's just tapping the toe back to the earth. All right, and then we're going to add a little arm swing. So opposite arms, opposite to the leg as we lift and lift. We're going to do 5 more. 4, 3, 2. Let's put the hands on the hips and tap the toe down. So we're just going to tap it and tap it. All right, so now we're going to take that heel and lift it behind. So we're bringing it up, trying to hit your glute, warming up those hamstrings, warming up the quads. And we're going to add a reach and pull with the arm. So reach it out and then pull it back and repeat. All right, let's go for about 8 of these. I want you to really focus on pulling that heel up to the glute and pressing those elbows back. 3, 2, hands back on the hips. Now let's take that heel and bring it out front. Just tap it to the earth. We're tapping, and we're going to add that same reach and pull with the arms. So pull, pressing with the elbows. Don't think about just going through the motion. Actually think about pressing those elbows back and back for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to go ahead and lift the knee up and bring the arms up about shoulder height. And now we're squeezing those muscles between the shoulder blades. Okay, we're engaging those core muscles, the ones in the abdominal area. And now take it overhead and really pull it from the sky. Elbows drive down towards the hips. You might not make it that far, but you're pressing elbows for 4, 3, 2. All right, let's cross it over, opposite elbow, opposite knee, right here. Our rotational core, strengthening from shoulder to hip. All right, let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hands back to the hips and swing it side to side with the toes, side to side. Add that leg lift if you would like. And add the arm swing. Now bring the arms a little bit higher this time. Just means that you're going to have to balance just that much more when your arms come a little bit higher. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and hands back down. Tap it right to the center, right here. Just tap it in. All right, so from here, we're going to go into doing our 2 little dig steps. So we're going to get a little cardio here. We're going to start with our right foot, I'm going to start with my left, actually. You can start with whichever one you want, but we're going to take 2, 2, and then come back for 4. Ready? Let's go. So it's 2, 2, and back it up. And 2, and 2. Now this time we can make them just a little bit bigger. Go bigger steps. 2. Back it up. One more time. Take as big a step as you want. Back it up. All right, let's march that out. And get those knees nice and high. Get that core engagement right here. Feel your shoulders pulling down and back, squeezing those muscles between the shoulder blades. All right, now we're going to take our feet wide. Get your knees high. I want you to think about really tying everything together right here. And you can even pump those elbows. Pump them forward and back. 4, 3, 2. Let's take it back to the front. High knees. Really get those arms going. Knees a little higher. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's take it wide. Get them high. Get those elbows going. 5, 4, 3, 2. Back to the front. Now we're going to take it into our 2 wide and 2 narrow. Ready, go right foot first, right, and together. So it's wide, together. Now you can add some push and some pull. So push and pull, push. 2 more, push. 1 more. All right, march March it out. Let's do our dig steps, right side. Dig, 2, back it up for 4. And again, dig it up for 2, 2, back it up for 4. Let's do that 2 more times. Up, 2, you can take the step a little bit bigger each time. March it down low when you come back. Dig, 2, back it up. Go low if you want. Down. All right, march it out. Now we're going to take it wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Goes wide and narrow. Wide. Add the push. Push. And pull. Push. And pull. 2 more. Push. And pull 1 more. And march it out. Good. Let's shake out those arms. All right. And we're going to get ready to do just a little bit of either a step together, step touch, or a grapevine. We're all going to move to the right side. Goes like this. Step together, step touch. Or you can make it into the grapevine by going behind and tap. All right, now add the arms, take it, press and lift, press and lift, press, lift. I want you to really think about pressing those palms like there's something in the way. You're really pressing them back behind you. All right, let's do that 1 more time to the right, 1 more time to the left. Good, march it out. And let's tie all that together with we're gonna do 2 sets of the digs, 4 of this step together, 2 wide, 2 narrow, and then 4 of the grapevine. Ready? Start digs for 2. 2. Back it up. 4. 1 more time. Dig. 2. Back it up. 4. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. And 2. 2 more. 1 more. You got it. Grapevine right here. Grapevine. Press those hands out. Press them back. Press them. We got 2 more. And 1 more time. Make this one really count. Good. Let's march it out right here. All right, let's go ahead and pick up the dumbbells. And your dumbbells can be anything from 1 to probably 4 pounds, 5 if you really feel strong. When we do our triceps, 5s might be a little heavy, but for biceps are probably fine. You're gonna stand up nice and tall. This time what we're gonna do is we're gonna start out just doing the tap back with a bicep curl. So turn your palms forward. You're gonna take your right foot, tap it back as you curl this up, and then bring it back in. Now I want you to remember the sensation of getting your core engaged, getting your shoulders down and back behind you. And then as you do this, think about those elbows. They're not going to go anywhere. They got to stay right there, right alongside your waist. And those of you that want to take this to the next level, go into a little bit of a dip right there, like a little bit of a lunge, and then come back up. Now, if that's not right for you, just stick with the tap back. All right, let's go for 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2. Okay, 1 more. Last one. All right, stop in the center. Bring your hands 90 degrees, just like we had on the wall, palms facing each other, but now we're holding dumbbells. And we're gonna take a tap out to the side as we raise up the arms to the side, keeping that 90-degree bend in the arm. Step and in. Step. Now, those of you that wanna make this a little bit more cardio, you can take it into a squat. Come back up, down into a squat, come back up. Or if that's not right for you, just do a tap out to the side and out. All right, 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Back to the center. Straighten those arms out. Keep the palms facing inward. Bring your arms behind you. If you got your chicken wings, you got those nice little bent elbows. You're gonna keep your chest elevated and soften the knees a bit, but now we're gonna press this back and then bend it back in. So from the side, it looks like this. And then we're gonna add our foot. So start with the right foot, tap back. Tap and in, and back, and back. And those of you that would like to take this down into a little bit of a lunge, just remember not to let those shoulders right up to the ears or anywhere near the ears. Keep them down and back. It's really easy when you're focusing on one thing to let go of the other thing. And it's most important that we keep the alignment for the posture first. All right, 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Excellent. Let's bring the weights down by your side. Let your arms just kind of be heavy. Just stand up nice and tall. Get your nice tall standing posture. Weights are just kind of letting those arms just sink to the earth. And then taking a deep breath as you do a shoulder roll up and around. Get them close to the ears. And then lower them down behind. Now turn your palms just slightly forward. And let your shoulders just sink down behind you. Good, that should feel really good. Let's do it one more time. So you roll the hands in, shoulders roll up towards the ears, all the way down. Do it nice and slow. And then when you get to the bottom, squeeze the shoulder blades and turn your palms forward. Excellent. All right, so now we're going to take one dumbbell, set it down on the chair. You're going to have your chair handy, and we're going to do some rows. So some of you might want both weights, some of you might just want one. So that's why the weight's going to be on the chair. Then we're going to come stand right in front of the chair seat, facing the side of it. So you're going to go into a lunge. So take your leg closest to the seat, lunge it forward. Then you could place your hand right there on the seat and get into a lunge. Now, this is a pretty deep lunge. Some of you may be more comfortable with something a little closer, or some of you may want to even have a seat in your chair. We have to use a lot of that strength in the legs and the core to hold up if we're going to do it in a lunge, but we're going to do some rows from this position. Toes are straight ahead, chest is straight ahead, hand can be on the seat or it can be on your thigh. But now the thing you want to think about is the crown of the head and the heel, one straight line. So if you find yourself something like this, pull yourself up so that you're pressing that heel down and back, pressing the crown of the head up directly away from it. All right, so from there, also pulling your navel, and we're going to row this weight up, squeeze it up when you get to the top right here, and then lower it slowly back down. A big portion of the exercise is always the eccentric portion, which is the portion where you're lowering the weight. Now, like I said, some of you may feel that this weight isn't enough. You can always pick up the second weight, and it will be just a little bit more weight here to pull up and squeeze, because our back muscles are stronger than our arms, obviously. And as long as you are not experiencing any pain in the shoulder, which if you're doing these correct, this really shouldn't cause much pain, except in the muscle. All right, let's do 4 more. 4 and 3. My legs are giving me a message that they're ready to be done. All right, let's do 1 more. Take it down, row it up, and take it down. Now step your feet together and then come all the way up, turn around, and you can either start with 1 weight or with 2. I'm going to start with 1 and then add 2 like I did on the other side. You're going to step forward. You're either holding yourself up in this nice tall lunge, extending the crown of the head away from the heel, or you can have a seat here in your chair. So we've got that weight right down here, just coming straight down from the shoulder. You can have your hand on the chair or on your thigh. And now let's do a set of these. We're going to row up, squeeze that shoulder blade towards the spine. So you're coming up, you're squeezing it. You're also thinking about driving that elbow up and back. We're not just going through the motion with weights in our hands. We're using the muscles intended to do the exercise. And by pressing the elbow, you're going to be engaging right up into those back muscles. Partially, you're going to have rhomboid, you're going to have lats. And then the synergistic muscles for that are your rotator cuffs. Right, let's go for 4 more. 4 and 3. I never did add my second weight. We better do that. 2 and 1. All right, let's take it down and step both feet together. And then slowly come up nice and tall. Excellent. All right, we're going to do 1 more similar exercise. So start at the same spot you started before. This time you for sure only want 1 weight or no weight at all. But we're going to step forward again. And if you are not feeling like your legs want to do this again, go into the lunge on the chair. But we're going to step forward And this will be where we can actually make this much harder or much easier. You sit in the chair and just get into it like this. Your legs don't have to do a whole lot. You're up here, you're gonna be really using your stabilizer muscles, strengthening the legs and the core. But then we're gonna start that weight right here at the knee like we did before, but now when we come up, we drive the elbow, pivot the foot, and we come to this position here. Now this is the point where if you have shoulder pain, you won't do this part, you'll just stay here. But those of you that wanna increase the strength in your shoulder and your back and your arm and your leg, you're gonna press the leg up as you press the weight up. Then bring it back down, and then we pivot, and you can rotate your foot back forward. All right, let's do that again. So you row this up, and then you pivot your foot down, and straighten out your leg, press the weight up. Come back down, and rotate. And you don't have to pivot your foot if it's something where you're not doing this portion where you're pressing up overhead and you're just staying in this position. You don't necessarily have to pivot the foot, but it'll feel better if you do. So we're gonna row up again, right to here. Then we press up, straighten out this leg. Good. We got 4 more to go. Take it around, down, pull it up, press it up, straighten out the leg. Now we only have 3 more on this side. Row it down, pivot, pull it up, rotate it, press it. Now we only have 2. So you're gonna rotate, row it, and press it. All right, let's do the last one. Rotate it, take it down, roll it up, press that elbow back, rotate. Now press it up to the sky. Good, all right, bring it back around. Weight comes down, step your feet together. Come up nice and tall, turn yourself around. Same thing, other side. So we're gonna step it forward. Once again, you determine whether or not you're up on your feet or seated in the chair. Coming forward, get that nice tall spine, crown of the head, and the heel are lined up. And then we're gonna row this up. Then we rotate it open, the foot rotates as well. And then you press it up, straighten out this leg. Bring it back to the shoulder, rotate it. Now if you're having shoulder pain, you're just gonna come to here and stop. Those of you that wanna increase the strength there. And if you're doing it without the shoulder press, you can still do the leg. So you would come up, stop here, and those of you that are pressing, press, but if you're not pressing, you just do the leg. All right, let's rotate it back down and pull it up again. Rotate it, press up, bring it down, rotate it, and lift it up. We got 4 more, press it up, rotate it, and pull it up. Rotate it, press it up, straighten that leg. 2 more. Rotate it, row it up, elbows back. Now you turn, now you press. Good, and rotate. Lower it, last one right here. Let's all pull up. If you're rotating with me, we're rotating here, pressing up. And bring it down, rotate back to the center in the front. Arm comes down, set your feet together, and come up tall. Okie doke, set the weights aside, and we're gonna do a little extra core. Well, we always do core, but today we're gonna do the one that we learned the other day. So you're gonna have your chair here, and for those of you who feel unstable or not wanting to have your hands on the seat of the chair, this exercise can be done from the back of the chair as well. And you'll be able to see, I'll show you from the seat. But if you're using the back of the chair, you're basically doing the same thing we are, you're just not going as far. That you would be in a position like this. And if you're comfortable with using the chair, we're gonna stand up nice and tall right in front of the chair, about, I would say, anywhere from 12 to 18 inches away from it. Get your nice tall standing posture, reignite the core and the abdominals and your glutes here. And then let's take in a nice big deep breath, reach up to the sky. And now exhale that breath and you're gonna forward fold, swan dive. Now those arms are gonna come through right onto the seat of the chair. Soften your knees, so your knees become soft, they're a little bit bent. And then you're gonna put your weight in your heels and walk your hands out. So we're gonna start in this kind of puppy pose. Just getting some stretching through your back and your arms, and maybe some of you in your legs, you'll feel in your hamstrings a little bit. And taking a nice big deep breath. And now as you exhale, let your head be heavy, just kind of sinking between your arms just a little deeper. And another nice big deep breath. And this time as you exhale, walk your hands back to the front edge of the seat and then come up to a tabletop position. So from the tabletop, we're going to be in a tabletop, which you're going to want to draw that belly up and in towards the spine, keeping a nice flat neutral back. Then we're going to do the thing we did the other day, which is learning how to use our scapular retracted muscles that are going to protect your rotator cuffs and strengthen your core. So you basically are here, and then you want to push yourself up, like your rib cage is actually coming up away from your arm bones, and you press the palms into the chair, and then engage through your core. So we're going to hold it up there for a deep breath in, and then you're going to exhale, and then let your rib cage kind of sink down just between the arm bones again. We're going to do it again. Now, when you do this, you are going to be able to ignite your core even deeper. So let's take in a nice big deep breath. Press up through the arm bones. Now you're rounding up the top portion of your back, right between your shoulder blades. You're kind of rounding as you push into your palms. You're going to breathe naturally right here. And I want you to think about those core muscles. So your rib cage and your pubic bone are kind of reaching for each other. Taking a nice big deep breath now. Press just a little bit more. Now exhale, let your rib cage sink back through. All right, so from here, let's do a little bird dog. So you're going to take your right leg behind you, lifting it up. You're going to try to be level with the hip. And we're going to hold it there with a flexed foot. You're pressing that heel out and back away from you and stabilizing here with your abdominal core muscles. And then if you would like to give this a try, take your opposite hand. So you've got your right leg up. You're going to take your left arm. And you're going to extend those fingertips out as far away from your heel as you can. And we're going to press into that palm with the hand that's on the chair. And then you're going to kind of try to lift out of the hip of the leg that's holding you up. You're going to feel your core get even a little bit more ignited for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's step that down and do the other side. So take your left leg out behind. Get that nice level hip. Get that nice extended leg, the heels pressing out and away. And now take the opposite arm, reaching the fingertips, extending them as far away from the heel as you can, pulling that navel up and into the spine. Now press your palm into the seat. The palm is pressing, your leg is lifting, your fingertips are reaching. And we're going to hold that for 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's bring it down. All right, so now we're just going to repeat elbow to knee. So what that looks like is we're going to take the right leg, left arm. We're going to do repeaters. So it's going to be this nice bird dog. Now, if this is hard for you, you really only want to do one or the other. If you're behind the chair, the back of the chair, you can choose arm or leg. But if you want to do both, we're here. And then we're going to bring that knee up and in towards the nose while we're pulling the elbow up and in. And you get that same sensation through your back where you're pushing the palm into the chair. Hold for 3, 2, 1. All right, let's extend it out and repeat that 3 times. Bring it back in, pull it, press that palm into the seat, and extend it out. All right, let's do 2 more. Pull it in, press that palm into the seat, and extend it out. The last one, let's pull it in, press that palm, and extend. All right, let's switch sides. So set feet down, hands down. Take the other leg out, opposite arm. Get that nice extension first. Make sure you're engaging through your core, pressing the palm into the seat, extending those heels. Get that core engaged, fired up, activated. Good, now let's pull that elbow and knee in. And tuck that knee in as close as you can to your nose, pressing that palm of the hand into the seat. And now extend. All right, we just got 3 more. Let's pull it in again. Press that palm, pull that knee. Pressing the palm is really important. Extend, we got 2 more. Pull it in. Press that palm. And extend, last one. Pull it in, knee comes up. elbow comes in, press that palm just a little more, and extend, last one. All right, let's go ahead and set the foot down, hand down, and we're gonna come back to our tabletop and then put the weight back in your heels. So you can kind of lift the toes up, and then you're gonna slightly bend through those knees, walk the hands back up to the other edge of the seat, and just rest your weight forward, and or your hips are back, but you're letting your head come down towards the floor. Seeing if it will sink down between your arms, getting a nice stretch through your side body. And taking a nice big deep breath. And exhale. Good, one more time, nice big deep breath, inhale. And now walk your hands back to the front edge of the seat, exhale. All right, so from here, we're gonna come all the way up to a standing position by going into our chair. So if you're here and you wanna go into your chair, the main thing is to go back with your weight into your heels. Your butt goes behind you, just like there's a chair back there, and your knees never cross past midfoot right here. So your knee always stays back here. Chest starts to lift, belly pulls in, eyes come up, and then you're here, so you can actually just put your hands to heart center here, and then press yourself up nice and tall. All right, let's take in that deep breath, reaching up overhead, inhale. Exhale, let's swan dive forward, hands to the seat. We'll do that again where we lean the weight back, bend the knees, look up, chest up, hands to heart center. Make sure you're engaging through your abdominal muscles. We're gonna hold it this time for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now press up. Good, inhale. Exhale, arms come down. Excellent job. All right, pick up your resistance band. And we shall do just a little bit for the hips. So you're gonna stand on your band, both feet equal distance, so got the same amount of resistance on each side. All right, so if you have a wimpy band and you need it to be a little bit stiffer for more resistance, cross your band over your hips, opposite sides. If you have a stiff band, don't cross it over. So we're gonna be here. Now you wanna draw your elbows down and back. Rather than just doing this, pull your shoulders back behind you and press the elbows back. And that will keep you in good tall posture at the upper body and strengthen some of those posture muscles at the same time. So we're here, we're gonna take the crown of the head, reach it for the sky, and then when we take our baby steps, toes straight ahead, knees straight ahead, you can even look down slightly, but then come back up tall. And that is to make sure your toes are going the same direction straight ahead. And if you notice, if you look down and your toe is angled out to the outside or the inside, then slow down, take smaller steps, and ensure that your toes are going straight ahead. So we're trying to work the outer hip. All right, let's take 8 baby steps to the right. The step 2, you got to control it the whole way. We're not using momentum. We're using the outer hip muscle. Good. All right, 2 more. And 8, let's go back the other way. And I find myself using a little momentum, so I'm going to slow down and take a little bit smaller step. 6, 7, and 8. All right, back to where we started. Now go ahead and release your band out front, and everybody cross your band now. If you didn't cross it, you can cross it now. And we're going to stand up nice and tall, but then we're going to soften the knees and hip hinge forward. So from the side, you would look like this, all right? And not necessarily like this or like this, but you want to have that crown of the head lined up with the tailbone. And the knees are just soft. And then from here, we're going to take those elbows, and now we're going to do like we did at the beginning of class, press the elbows back behind us. We're going to hold it back there for 8, 7, little pulses, 6, 5, 4, squeezing those shoulder blades together, 2, 1, let's bring it back forward. And let's do that again, pull it up, press those elbows back, and hold it back there for 8. I'll show you from the front, what it looks like, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it forward. We got 1 more of those to do. Let's take a little break. Now I'll pull it back. Remember, the shoulders come down away from the ears, elbows press back behind us, and little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. Bring your arms forward, uncross it. And we have one last thing we're going to do is just a little bit of a bicep work and a little tricep work. You're going to stand up tall, have your arms pinned in. So your elbows are kind of pinned in right in front of your rib cage, right alongside your ribs. And palms are facing forward. Your arms might not go fully straight. Mine don't. I think it's just because I have such long arms. I'm kidding. Okay, so we're going to stand up nice and tall, and then we're going to bring this up slow. So it's like a 4 count, up, 2, 3, 4. Then we come down slow for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go back up nice and slow. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do that. Down for 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more of those, just like that. So bring it up, 2, 3, 4. I want you to resist it all the way down. Don't let the band just go down. You got to resist it. Let's do one more. Bring it up, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring it up for a count of 2 and stop halfway. So you go up, 2. And you're going to lock them into place right here. You're going to pull your shoulders down and back. Stand up as tall as you can. And then we're going to do 8 pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Remember, keep those elbows pinned in. 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're feeling the burn, you can come down. Or if you want to get just a little extra, widen your hands out to the side. And 8 more pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the center. If you would like to take it down, you can, or you can join me in 8 more. This will be it. 8 little pulses. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take it down. That is the principle of time under tension. Your muscles for the time under tension get a lot of work during that time because you're not getting your rest period. So that's the principle of time under tension. Now we're going to do something similar with our triceps. So you're going to turn your palms around facing behind you. I'll turn to the side. So these can be done from either a tall standing position, just getting your really tall posture, or you can go into a slight chair squat. If you're in a slight chair squat, it's like we did earlier. Your weight's behind you, your knees are bent, but your knees never come forward. Knees stay back here, weights in the heels, elbows are locked out to begin. Well, not completely locked, but pretty straight. And then your crown of the head's reaching away from the tailbone. And then we're just going to press up, 2, 3, 4. Now bring it down slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's press it up again. 2, 3, 4. Bring it down. 1, 2. 2 more of those. Take it up. 1, 2, 3. I want you to really press and bring it down. 2, 3. We got 1 more. Press it up as high as you can. 2, 3, 4. Bring it down slow. 2, 3, 4. Take a little break. You can shake out your arms, whatever you need to do here. If you want to stretch them or shake them or rotate them. And then we're going to do 1 more set, but it's going to be the ones where we press the palms back, straighten out the elbows. You're either in your little chair hip hinge here, or you're standing up tall. Either way works. This is just doing it from here just means you have to stabilize a little bit more. All right, so from here, now we're going to take it up halfway. So we go up, 2, hold it there, and now pulse it together for 8, like you're trying to press your thumbs towards each other. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Let's do it again. Press it up about halfway. Now press your thumbs towards each other for 8 little pulses. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down. 2 more of those. Press it up. And together for 8 little pulses. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring it back down. We got 1 more of those. So press it up. This time, see if you can go a little higher. You don't stop halfway. See if you can go all the way up to your highest point. Hold it up there. 8 pulses inward. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Go ahead and set your band aside. Woo, good job, you guys. And I'm just going to stretch out the upper body just a little bit. So take your hands out to the side. And make your fingers as wide apart as you can, pressing those fingertips down and away from you. And then you're going to press the backs of your hands behind you, like you're trying to somehow reach the back of each hand with each other, but you can't. And then you're gonna look up slightly to the sky. Taking a nice big deep breath, press just a little bit more with those palms towards each other and down towards the earth a little bit. And exhale, let's bring those arms forward. Give yourself a big hug. You're gonna wrap your hands around from shoulder to shoulder and then lower it down as much as you can. And now just open up between the shoulder blades. So you're gonna do like we did when we were doing this thing on the chair where you pull open the between the shoulder blades and draw the elbows down towards your knees or toes or whatever direction they're heading, and then tuck your chin. And taking a nice big deep breath. And now exhale, coming back up. All right, release your arms. And let's take out one arm. So I'll start with my right, and I'm gonna bring it across in front of me. Then take the left hand right up behind the elbow on the tricep. And then just lower my shoulder. That's really important. Don't let that shoulder be up here. Lower it down. And then just put a little bit of pressure right there behind the elbow. And if you would like, you can even bend this arm, place the hand on the shoulder. Just give yourself a little pressure right there behind that elbow and keep the shoulder low. So nothing like this. It's all down here. And hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that side. Take the other arm up in front and across. Put a little pressure on that elbow, lower that shoulder away from the ear. You can bend that arm, so you're placing that hand on the opposite shoulder, and then give yourself just a little pressure, get that stretch right in the back of that arm. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Release. Now let's see if you can do this. Take your hands behind your back, and I'll show you an alternative if you can't. But you're gonna take your hands behind your back, and if you can clasp your hands together like this. Now, if you can't do that, you're just gonna put your hands on your hips, and then you're gonna draw your elbows back. So it's all about getting space here where the shoulder's pulling away from the chest. So if you're here and you're just putting your hands on your hips and pulling those elbows towards each other, you'll get the same stretch. But if you're here, you're gonna press those palms like the fist to the earth, draw those shoulders down towards the earth and away behind. Then we're all gonna take in a nice big deep breath, look up, open up that chest just a little more. Exhale, come back, chin level to the floor, release your arms. Ooh, all right, good job. All right, so let's come to our chair. We're gonna start our balance. So we're gonna work on our balance. And you'll have your shoes off if you wanna get the most out of it, because then you get your little feet muscles, arches of your feet, your ankles all working. So let's start out by doing where you have enough room to take maybe 8 steps. And we're gonna step forward on, as best as you can, the pad of your foot. And then you're gonna come back, walking backwards on maybe the heel of your foot if you're able. So we're gonna all kind of just roll up onto the balls of our feet. First, we're gonna warm up our ankles, come up, and then rock back, lifting the toes. Rock forward up onto the ball of your feet. All right, and now rock back, lifting the toes. All right, let's do one more of those. Come up on the ball of the feet, come back on the heels, lift the toes. All right, so let's all just, you can take your walk with your feet staggered, meaning just wide enough apart like a narrow railroad track, or you could try to do this in a tandem. So I'm gonna do it staggered. Tandem just basically means you're gonna do it this way, but you're gonna do it on your toes. So that's why I'm doing it staggered. So get up on your toes and then just step. Now tandem would be like this, where you're stepping in front of yourself, or staggered as your feet are wider. Now we're gonna go backwards, but now you're gonna drop down onto your heels and see if you can walk backwards on your heels. Okay, that works a lot of little different muscles that we're not used to. All right, back to where we began. One more time, we're gonna walk forward on the toes. This time I'm definitely not trying to do tandem. And we're just gonna walk forward, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lower back down onto the feet. See if you can walk back on your heels. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, stop right about where your chair is. So if you're not near your chair, find your chair, get close to it so we can do some tree. So we're gonna start out with a kickstand. And I recognize most of you on my list. I think most of you probably are familiar with this, but we're going to start with a kickstand and then work up to a tree. So if you need the chair for stability, it's going to be right here. You're going to stand up tall. You're going to get that sensation of drawing in through your abdominal in this way. So you're pulling everything into the center line of your body and then up to the sky. So you're grounding through the earth, crown of the head's reaching for the sky. And then we're going to take the outside leg and you're just going to kickstand a little bit of weight on your toe or all your toes, whatever you need to do to find your balance from here. Make sure you keep your hips nice and level, shoulders down and back, core engaged. And then from here, if you would like to attempt your tree, you can rotate your foot out, get your knee out to the side. You're going to engage through your core and place that foot right there on the calf. Now, if that's something that's hard for you to maintain, you can always go to this kickstand tree and start here. Get the alignment, get those muscles activated, and then down the road, you'll be able to get that foot up. But those of you that have your tree, let's go ahead and bring our arms out for some branches. The branches will come up. And those of you that would like to challenge yourselves, go ahead and look up to the sky. It's always a challenge to change your point of gaze, your focal point. And then if you would like the big challenge, you close your eyes for this tree. All right. And now let's go ahead. If your eyes are closed, open them up, open your hands back through center and step it down. Excellent. Go ahead and lower your arms down and then bring one foot up and roll the ankle. Doesn't matter which foot, we're going to do both. Now go the other way, roll through that ankle. All right, let's do the other foot. So bring that foot up, roll through that ankle. And when you're ready, then you're going to reverse and go the other way. All right, now let's do the other side. I will switch sides on my chair. You can too, but if you're really stable and you don't need the chair, you don't have to switch sides. I just do because inevitably I'm going to be the person that needs it. So we're going to stand up tall, get that tall posture. This is where we start. We're grounded into the earth, crown of the head's reaching to the sky. We're drawing into the center line of the body here. You're engaging through your glutes slightly, keeping the hips nice and level. And then you just draw that outside leg up slightly. You put a little weight on your toe, draw up again. So once you get your toe there, that's when a lot of people sink. And that's when you need to draw up and in. And then if you're here and you want to attempt to go into your tree, or if you do have your tree, go ahead and bring your leg out to the side. Place your foot on the inside of that calf, never on the knee. Maybe press that foot into the leg as we're going to bring our arms out for some branches. Reaching those arms up and out. And if you're just doing the kickstand, just focus on where those little muscles are working. It might be your calf, it might be your arch or your foot, it might be up into your inner thigh. And just attempt, just keep attempting, and those little muscles start to fire. If you are up and you would like to take your eyes up and take your gaze to the sky, go for that. And if you want the ultimate challenge, close your eyes. And we'll hold it here for just another breath or two. All right, one more breath. And when you're ready, bring your hands back down to heart center and step it down. Good, all righty, let's go ahead and roll the feet out again. This time you're gonna do it piano style. So you're gonna come up, take your toes up onto the balls of the feet, kind of where they meet the foot, and then start with your big toe, and then try to play the piano with each toe to the side. Then start with the pinky toe, and it's really hard for me to do, but you're just trying to move each toe independently. One more time, across, and back the other way. Oh, good, I actually did it that time. Now let's do the other foot. You're gonna come up onto where the toes meet the foot, the ball of the foot. You're gonna start with the big toe, place it down, then place the next toe, the next toe, the next toe to the pinky. And let's come back the other way. And let's set that big toe. See if you can just separate the toes, get all the way to the pinky, and then back the other way. All righty, good job. So what we're gonna do from here is some nice stretching for the legs, a little bit more for the back. So we're gonna stand next to the chair, take the leg that's on the outside edge. So if you have the chair on your right side, your left leg will go, or vice versa. You're gonna take the leg that's on the outside and you're gonna cross it behind to the other side. Both toes are still going straight ahead. You're just getting them crossed. And then you're going to take that arm that's on the outside, reach it up for the sky, ignite your fingertips, reach as tall as you can for the sky. Inhale. Now as you exhale, just slightly lean across and then let your hip kind of sink over. I'm going to actually let you sink your hip this time. Kind of let your outer hip sink out and away from the chair, and then look up towards your elbow if you want that little additional extra stretch. Taking a deep breath, get a little longer, exhale. Let's bring that all the way back up tall, arm down by your side. All right, now let's go to the other side. Get that same stretch on this side. So you're gonna have the outside leg comes behind, toes are still going straight ahead. You get your nice tall posture, and if that's really hard and this is all you can get your foot back, it's fine. But for some people, maybe it's just here. But you want to be able to keep both knees straight. You don't have them all bent to get it there. You want to keep them straight. The idea is to stretch the side of the body all the way from the pinky finger to the heel. So now we're going to breathe in, reach up, arm comes up nice and tall, ignite your fingers, reach for the sky. Exhale, lean slightly across. And now let that hip kind of sink out to the side, away from the chair, igniting that hand, reaching, deep breath in, reach a little more, get a little length. Exhale, let's bring that arm down. Good, all right, now we'll come to the front edge of this chair where we first started and take your leg that's closest to the back of the seat, place it flat foot right to the seat, and then turn so both toes are going same direction, about hip width distance apart, if you can even determine that. And then you're going to get up nice and tall from here, and then we're going to press forward. So we're letting this knee bend more, this leg stays straight, and we're seeing if we can get a nice deep stretch right here in the front of this hip. And if you ignite, you turn on this glute muscle right here, you'll be surprised, but you can go a little deeper. You're going to try to keep that heel reaching down for the earth here. Now take that arm on the outside, reach up to the sky, ignite your fingertips, reach for the sky, reach in, deep breath in. As you exhale, see if you can turn and maybe look up under your elbows slightly, turning towards the front of the seat. And inhale again, nice big deep breath, press that heel down, reach those fingertips. Exhale, turn back to the same direction as your leg, arm comes down. Now set your weight back above your foot. So you're going to straighten this leg out. You're going to stay up nice and tall. So from the heel to the crown of the head, you're nice straight line here. Bring those toes straight up to the sky. So for a lot of people, this is going to feel like a pretty good stretch. So if that's where you are, you're just going to focus on getting that tall spine and toes to the sky. If you are there and you need more stretch, that's where the hip hinge comes in, right here from the hip. Pressing the chest forward, keeping the crown of the head extended away from the tailbone. Pressing the chest forward, not necessarily rounding it down into the thigh. And now if you would like to take your outside arm out or reach for your toes. And now you can just relax just a little more. Let yourself sink into it just a little bit. Take a couple nice big deep breaths. One more nice big deep breath. And exhale, sink just a tiny bit more if you can. Good, all right, let's go ahead and slowly come back up. And now we're gonna take that foot and we're gonna press it back into the seat like this. We're gonna do a gate pose for the inner thigh. So now you're here, and now you're gonna pivot this standing leg forward. So this is going straight ahead. You're at a 90-degree angle. So for some people, just getting in this position, you're gonna have a stretch. And then for those of you that feel like, oh, I could go a little bit deeper into this stretch, you're gonna make sure, I may be a little too far away. So you wanna make sure that this is like a 90-degree, you got like a little square that you're building right here. And you wanna get your shoulders then square with the hips. All right, and you're just gonna press into this foot into the chair, and at the same time, you could turn, you could do it either this way. I like doing it this way because I like having the chest pulling forward. You can just put a little bit of pressure on that inside edge, just above the knee. And then if you're filling up for it, you can reach that one arm up overhead, inhale. And lean just a tiny bit over the top. And then exhale that arm back down. And for those of you that want to get just a little deeper into this stretch, I don't recommend this for everyone. But if you feel like, wow, I really don't feel much of a stretch, this is where you would take your fingers and go down toward your foot. Right here. We'll just, those of you who aren't wanting to try this, just stay where you are and just kind of inch, maybe an inch or two at a time. Those of you that do want to try this, just take your fingers down and then open up your chest again. And get this nice big deep breath, raising the arm again. And then this time we're going to take the arm where the bicep comes right alongside the ear, reaching up and over, extending. Nice big deep breath. And exhale, bring that arm back down. And slowly come back up. All right, let's go ahead and take that leg down and we'll switch everything to the other side. So we're starting facing the seat. Leg closest to the back comes up flat, foot to the seat, both toes going straight ahead to begin with, bending this knee, bringing this forward, and then we get that nice deep stretch right here in your hip flexor, pressing forward, engaging through your glute right here. Good, get this a little bit deeper here. Now bring that arm up, reach for the sky, extend, ignite your fingertips, and then if you'd like to add a little rotation, look up at your elbow. Nice big deep breath. And exhale, that arm will come down. And you'll come up, stand up tall, flex your foot, nice tall spine. If this is a stretch, you want to stay there, stay there. Otherwise, we're going to hinge forward, pressing the chest forward, reaching for those toes. Nice big deep breath here. And exhale. One more nice big deep breath. And exhale. All right, let's go ahead. Take that foot, place it back onto the seat. And then you're going to rotate this foot forward. And then from here, you're just going to see if you can get this to open up just a little more, standing up nice and tall. You might be feeling the stretch of your life and you don't want to do anymore. If that's the case, and like this is just something you can't do, this can be done on a shorter stool or something a little closer to the ground. It won't feel quite so much. But you want to have a nice square chest lined up with the hips. And then we're going to reach up overhead. Inhale, reach for the sky, slight lean. Now exhale, arm comes down. And those of you that want to attempt this, take your arm, bring it closer to the toes or the heel or the ankle, and then just kind of lean into this a little bit, opening up that chest, getting that nice and open to the front, reaching that arm up. This time your bicep comes alongside your ear, reaching those fingertips away from the ankle bone, extending. Nice big deep breath. And exhale, that arm comes down, we come up tall. Set your foot down, and we'll finish class with one nice big cleansing breath. So taking a nice big deep breath, reach up overhead, get lots of oxygen, exhale your arms, release.